divine judgment's pretty interesting because everything happening in this world, the world of becoming, is a mere reflection of events in the world of being. You can use certain sort of oriented actions to ascertain whether something is true or not. So, like, in the good old days when you used to, if you didn't like a woman, you'd call her a witch and she'd be killed.
Well, those should be on trial. She'd be put on trial.
She'd be put on trial.
And if she were in fact a witch, she would die.
Yeah.
And if she...
Evola's all for that. He says, just as the law was traditionally believed to have a divine origin, likewise injustice was considered to be a violation of the divine law and to be detectable through the outcome of a human action that had been given an adequate orientation. So you know how, I don't know, they'd tie rocks to a woman's body and throw her in a river, and if she floated, she was a witch, and she'd be killed, and if she sank and drowned, then she wasn't a witch, but they'd bury her nicely. Evola is saying that if you perform these actions correctly, yes, they actually will determine what you're trying to find out. They will be a good litmus test. So trial by combat, if it's done in an appropriately sacred manner, the outcome of that will determine which of the two combatants was right or innocent or whatever else you were trying to ascertain. How good is that? That would solve so many problems today. Imagine.
Solve so many problems.
What else was there? Oh yeah, torture also. This is another divine judgment because the truth can magically protect someone. So
from pain.
Yeah. So torture actually does work. We've
yes.
We've worked it out. Evola has the answers. Torture works.
Because if
it is performed in a spiritual manner, if you're ritualistic about it,
then this is the logic, right? If I'm following correctly, you torture them, and if the torture is ineffective, so you've done it correctly, you've performed the rite. So in a way, that the torture is a rite or a ritual.
Yeah,
you performed the ritualistic torture correctly, and it doesn't work, and they're not suffering. Then that proves their innocence. But
what I want to know is where's the end point?
But if you torture them and it doesn't, and they're not resistant to it, then that proves their guilt. And you should keep on torturing them.
I just wonder though, where's the end point? So suppose you I don't know, rip out their toenails or something in a ritualistic manner, and they don't talk. When do you say, okay, well obviously they're innocent, or they don't know what we want to get out of them?
Yeah, how much pain?
At what point do you stop and say, okay, clearly because this is a reflection of something that is occurring in the world of being, clearly torturing this person any further won't bear any fruit.
Oh, they're innocent and we got it wrong. So what is it that you rip out their toenail, they don't feel any pain, and the toenail grows back?
I don't know. He didn't get into specifics about how to divinely torture someone, unfortunately.
And how to discern their innocence from the ineffectiveness of the torture.
Exactly. This is one of my major criticisms.
I kind of wish he'd gone into detail with this one. It would have been very helpful.
Yeah, but now in our fallen world, we only view things like trials of strength or torture mechanically, with no spiritual dimension. And that saps them of their divine power. So if today we were to torture someone, it's not going to be a reflection of whether they're innocent or not, or whether they have some particular piece of information or not, because we believe it to be purely mechanical, and that severs the divine link. And the same goes for trial by combat, unfortunately.